What's good, everybody? Today, a blast from the past with the Hopscotch Pilgrim in year 3. I got a really fun rolled version of the gun I've been testing the last few weeks, and it's pretty stinking good in 6s. Now, as always with these videos, I'm just showcasing alternatives to the current top tier weapons. That way, if you're getting bored and you want to try out something new, here's a set of weapons that can keep Destiny PvP a little bit more fresh. Now, the Hopscotch Pilgrim has a very unique history, one that I want to mention here because I can't think of another pulse rifle that actually has gone through the changes that this one has. Back between House of Wolves and the Taken King, Hopscotch Pilgrim was basically viewed as the best PvP pulse rifle in the game. It also occupied a different impact and rate of fire class than where it currently is. Back then, it was the slowest firing but the hardest hitting archetype of pulse rifle, the same one as the Messenger. If you guys were watching my channel back then, shout out in the comments because I used Messenger, oh man, between May and September constantly. Fantastic pulse rifle, fired super slow but hit like a truck. And the reason Hopscotch was viewed to be so stinking good was it hit like a truck, fired slow, but you could roll onto it. Fantastic perks. So plenty of people were farming for their Hopscotches. Now, what happened when the Taken King came out that makes this weapon so unique is, instead of just like nerfing it into the ground by taking away certain perks, they changed the impact and rate of fire class. They actually made it fire a little bit faster and hit for less damage. They moved it into the Red Death family of pulse rifles, and I just can't think of another pulse that's had a history like that. So there's your background info, you young whippersnappers. How does the Hopscotch sit? Well, here's my imaginary pulse rifle tier list. Clever Dragon and Grasper at the very tip top. They're like S tier. Right below that is Blind Perdition, Hawksaws, and PDX 45s. And then right below that would be the Hopscotch Pilgrim. The strengths of the Pilgrim are its ridiculously nice range and base stability stats. So on larger maps and 6v6 game types, you can get away with cross-map shots, like here on Pantheon. The range stat is better than that of Red Death, Grasp, and Hawksaw, just from a base perspective, and it lets you get away with these kind of things. The precision damage is normally 28. Across the map, I was doing 27 damage, so you can see the damage fall-off just doesn't occur that quickly, right? It takes a long distance before you notice any sort of big damage fall off. Now, the main perk on mine that I enjoy is Secret Round. It fires an extra bullet when one of the shots in your burst is missed. It didn't work in year 1 like the perk itself, but they fixed it for year 2, and it's a little bit of a buffer, right? If you're missing some of the shots in your burst, it sends an extra bullet downrange. That might be the difference between you getting the kill and you missing the shot altogether, right? I like the perk. I think it's subtle, but it made for a nice package. The third eye on this one helps out because you're gonna have to be posted up on long sightlines. The best tips I can give for this weapon is set yourself up on positions where you have long and mid-range engagements available to yourself and try and avoid close quarter situations. Here I'm gonna get overwhelmed by like 3 or 4 players and ultimately panic, throw a bad Nova Bomb, and just die. So if you can put yourself in a position with long sightlines, it'll be a much better weapon to use. The stability is that of a laser beam. If you get any stability perks on it, it's going to only enhance it further. The braced frame on this thing just makes it a dream. It's like, there is no compensation for the recoil on the weapon on my end. None that needs to be done. And overall, I think it's a pretty fun weapon to use. Now, I wouldn't take it into 3v3s. It doesn't possess the time to kill to compete with your Palindromes, your IS Lunas, Grasps, and Clever Dragons. So if you're going into a competitive environment, I really wouldn't take this gun with me. It wouldn't be my skirmish weapon. But in 6v6, oftentimes it's beneficial to pepper enemies, to put as many shots into them as possible to get assists to help your teammates out, because rarely are you engaging 1 or 2 enemies at a time. Almost always you're walking into a nest of enemies as you approach their spawn and you see 3 or 4 of them, and that can be a huge opportunity to damage enemies enough for your team to take them down. So Hopscotch Pilgrim, if you get one, take a look at the perks. I would definitely go for things like Secret Round or anything that would, like Head Seeker on this gun would be really, really fun. I think that would create an even better slaying opportunity. But fun weapon, maybe a little bit of diversity to help you guys switch it up. I think that's been a big part of keeping Destiny PvP fresh for me the last 3 weeks, as I've been trying tons of different setups. No need to ever pigeonhole yourself. Try different things out. Of course, in the competitive space, if you're doing a trials run, use the stuff that you're comfortable with and you like. But in just day-to-day playing, try lots of guns, because it'll keep the game more fresh and more fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know with a like down below. And if you've been using Hopscotch, I would like to know your opinions. You can leave that in the comment section down below. Have a good day, guys, and I'll catch you later.